Dharma is to be aligned with the nature, with ourselves, with oneself. Because if we are stronger, if we are on path, then we can guide other people as well with the righteousness. Hello, welcome to Dharma Café. This cafe is not an ordinary cafe. It's a groundbreaking podcast that brings the true timeless wisdom of Vedic philosophy into conversation with the 21st century life. Hosted by me, my name is Harsha Y Shukla, and let's have a cup of tea over and then sit and chat and imagine sitting down with the chai with a thoughtful friend who helps you explore life's biggest questions through the lens of Hindu philosophy. No preaching, no dogma, just authentic conversation. So come and join me for Dharma Café. Thank you. Namaste. Welcome to Dharma Café. Yes, we all had a festive season and festival and Christmas and New Year, and we are into nearly end of January. And I've been thinking what should be the topic. And this I thought that we often talk about the resolution, but I wanted to do the checking for myself, my inner self. So, without a delay, let's slow down, sit with ourselves, and reflect on life with awareness, not urgency. As we step into New Year, the world around us becomes very loud. Everywhere we hear new goals, new habits, new you. But today, at Dharma Café, I invite you to do something different. Instead of asking, what should I change? Let us ask, what should I understand? The meaning of New Year resolution. The New Year resolution is often seen as a promise to improve. But in Dharma, improvement is not about a force. It's about alignment. An often river does not rush to reach the ocean, but it flows, bends, and still reaches its destination. In the same way, a resolution rooted in Dharma is not harsh, but it is honest. It does not say, I must become better. It says, I am willing to look within. The willingness is sacred. Self-checking is important, but I must be careful with myself because there is a thin line between self-observation and self-criticism. Sometimes we look within and immediately ask, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why haven't I changed yet? This is not a reflection. This is a punishment. And in Dharma, I'm going to ask not to attack myself, but to witness ourselves. Like sitting quietly in a temple or anywhere, watching the mind move in and out without grabbing it, without pushing it. And I would ask myself gently, what thoughts visit me more often? Which emotions repeat themselves? Where do I react without awareness? No judgment, only noticing. The inner self does not reveal itself through the pressure. It reveals itself through stillness. So many times when we sit down quietly, then we come up to the great ideas, great solutions, and we find peace with ourselves. And when we slow down, we begin to notice the patterns. A thought arises and emotion follows and action happens. Then comes a reaction from others, from life, from karma. And most of the time, we live in a reaction mode. But this year, I think my resolution could simply be, I will pause, just one pause, before speaking, before responding, before assuming. That pause is powerful. That pause is freedom. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it or no, but I'll definitely try. As I read in Bhagavad Gita, that we are reminded of karma yoga, the right action with awareness without attachment to the outcome. But how can action be right if it is born from unconscious reaction? This is my thought. When anger speaks, it's not an action, it's a reaction. When fear decides, it's not wisdom, it's habit. So this year, I will observe not only what I do, but why I do. I can ask myself, did this action came from fear or clarity? Did I respond or did I react? Was I present or was I triggered? every time I will notice, hopefully, that I'm practicing Dharma. What often goes wrong with New Year resolution is not lack of discipline, but is a lack of compassion. We expect instant transformation from a mind shaped over decades. We forget that healing, growth, and awareness move at the speed of acceptance. If a resolution becomes a source of guilt, it's no longer spiritual. If self-checking becomes self-shaming, it's no longer helpful. Dharma does not ask us to be perfect, but it asks us to be present. So instead of many resolutions, try one intention. This year, I will observe myself with kindness. And that is a task I have set myself to do it. So when I will fall back into old habit, I will observe, and then I react, and then when I judge myself, I will observe that too as well. Awareness itself begins to dissolve pattern. No force is required. This is an inner discipline, not rigid, but rooted. It'll take time because obviously we are used to with the action and reaction and jumping straight away without thinking, looking at our path, and then we just go into that same steady path and don't think that why am I acting like this. So this is my New Year's practice. I hope, as I said, I'm not here to prove to someone about my growth, but I'm here to experience the truth. Some days I might be mindful, some days I might be forget, but both days belong to the path. Dharma is not about never falling. It's about noticing when I have fallen and gently stand up. So if I stand up and realize my action and reaction and then observation, then I think I will be able to achieve what I need to achieve. So I think as I move through this new year, that I can look into that I am not a problem to be solved, but I'm here to be understood myself. My resolution will be about awareness, my discipline be compassion, and my growth to be natural. So then I can sit around and think, did I act truthfully? Did I not act properly? How I can achieve what I need to achieve? And obviously, we have been, or I have been, going on to the path about maybe trying to prove something to myself or trying to look nicer into the society. But I think the most important thing is sitting inside with myself alone, and it can bring the clarity about my thought without cruelty, without my making too harsh on myself, but have a good reflection without the fear, and then the deeper friendship with my inner self. So then I know that where have I gone wrong, where have I gone right. And then I think if that inner self checkup is all the time happening, then I think there will be a new beginning. Maybe I will be much more be able to understand other people, myself, act, react, or observe, think, pause, then act and react. Until that, namaste.